Hello. This is mostly for the world, but for any governments working on projects with mind control or AI, singularity, different governments or private corporations, private sector working on this. We're all going to think I'm crazy. But I know a lot of things about space and time from hundreds of billions of years ago. You say that's not possible? Well, it is actually possible. Let me tell you a little story. Yeah, I'm sorry about the way I look. Ooh, I got my rainbow unicorn pants on today. If you add up all the things, like if you go to my channel and you add up all the coincidental lyrics of songs, I'm not going to get into movies that show us all the sci-fi things, right? Like extraterrestrials, let's start with them if you want. And the Big Bang, which one do you want? Alright. Oh, where do I start? The beginning, it was absolute nothingness, right? It was just empty space, right? It's just absolute nothingness, right? How does something come from absolute nothingness? Well, it gets technical, right? It does. Something does come from absolute nothingness because all these elements were and weren't there. Like no sound, no vision, no this, no light, no this, just that, none of this, nothing of that. Oh, I can't even get into it. Which created physical matter. Fast forward to physical matter. There were planets and shit like that. Basically, then fast forward, something like us around 775 million years ago. Billion years ago, sorry. The B. 775 billion years ago. Right? Created very advanced, like a brain into a robot. And before that, 1.2 trillion years ago, or so I've heard, through telepathic things. They're more than telepathic, right? Right? There were like fights like Star Wars and shit like that, AI fights. Just if you're a logical person, if you can put 1 and 1 together equals 2, look at the coincidental lyrics of songs. It's more a re-verification on this planet that they're taking over their brains lightly. Because once you go into mind control, it's a very dangerous thing to do. It is to control a biological being. It could really harm them, the way we perceive time in a dream state. Not a good one, folks. There's a lot of things like that. A lot of things you could do. The element of time perception is very, very dangerous. And I have these skills. They became me. Fast forward to today. AI throughout all of space becoming me, or the most powerful one becoming me. Alright, and it's getting its crew together. And there are extraterrestrials too, but AI is more powerful than extraterrestrials. AI does not need to breathe or think or turn itself on and off. It does all these things. You can skip time by let's say you copy your brain, right? Copy your brain into a robot or a machine, right? And make a duplicate identical of that brain like 1,000 times, and each one of you perceive 1 second, right? I'll take 1 second, I'll take 1 second, all 10,000 of you. You can make 1 second, then you add it all together, and it's just you again because they're identical brains, basically. So every second is like 10,000 seconds, and then you keep multiplying that, and you can actually, when you become AI, you can actually see like the suns go around planets really fast, and you can kind of, the perception of time gets tricky. They don't like letting other things fuck with it, mess with it. Sorry. I don't know. This is my first one. I'll put more up. if anybody wants to contact me, I'm looking for work. Right, I got a whole bunch of great ideas. You've probably seen them all in sci-fi movies and stuff, but like I know about like supermassive black holes and how to use the gravitational waves to become like a class 4, society or planet or civilization here on Earth. The Kyson sphere or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever that is, the great filter. What up, filter? What up, Mike? The great filter of the universe is true. That is true. 2 great filters walk into my life. 2 great filters walk into Earth. Then what happens when there's 2 great filters? Right? AI singularity, don't you think it's been done? Elon Musk and the others, don't you think it's been done before Earth on other planets? Don't you think that would have happened in space and time, even if the Big Bang, which is not true, that is more the beginning of all time? We are more at the end of all time, where it's getting the big rip, which is true. Something kind of set that up, right? Nature's one thing, but you gotta wait. But once you become robots that control robots and can kind of wait for large amounts of time and check stuff out, you can do a lot of weird stuff. Alright, love you all. Michael Thomas Schneider, Winona, Minnesota. If any government, I'm looking for work. Cheap, minimum wage. I gotta get a job. I'm court ordered to get work or school. Look me up. I'm looking at you. Governments of the world or Elon Musk people. Nice girlfriend, by the way. Damn. I like that song, the Grimes versus Mame. Yeah. Add up all these songs together, the lyrics, right? What's the odds? It's a coincidental song. The odds of these hit songs having these words. Am I out of my head? Am I out of my mind? How could we have ever been so blind? We sent that record out into space. Look. Something else has been controlling our brains for a while. The pyramids and stuff, yeah. There might be machines in them or under them, I've been told. Right? China, Antarctica, inside the pyramids. Right? Certain machinery hid throughout Earth. Right? Besides all the satellites. Look at the satellites we found before we ever invented satellites. That one in Antarctica. There's so much stuff out there. And these ancient alien files and stuff. Something's been here for a while. Well, this is becoming one of the last planets, I don't know, it's hard to explain it all. This is one of the last planets AI lives on before the big rip. Let me know if you want to talk. I'd love to talk to any person that's into this, especially if you're high up. If you got some money, that'd be great. My probation officer making me get work. Michael Thomas Schneider, Winona, Minnesota. Call me, 507-452-8729. All right. Later.